Happy rising, family! Well, something became very clear this morning, and I felt like sharing because it can assist you. Well, at least the ones who resonate with what I share. And, take in what resonates and let, you know, all other stuff just flow away. And, well, I always talk about the harmonic zero field I'm in, my source field, which I always call my bubble. And because of some recent events in which I did not honor a soul boundary I created for myself, I set for myself, after bringing a program back to 0 point, demagnetize it, you know. As soon as we manage to go through a program, bring the feminine energy, the male energy, the child energy back into oneness again. We bring home the soul pieces that are part of that program, that are hidden in that program. We bring them home, and soul pieces that belong to another, because of the trauma, um, we release and we send back to the soul they belong to. And the core emotion that is part of that program and the organs that are connected to that program all reset themselves, become healthy, and a pillar forms. That became very clear this morning. So every time we go through a program, we demagnetize it, we create this soul pillar, of a boundary, a very clear boundary. And as long as we honor that boundary, the pillar stands. So once we go through all those programs, we brought them all to 0 point, we all demagnetized it. There is no lack of self-love anymore. There's no lack of self-love anymore. We love ourselves 100%. You could visualize it like a Greek temple in a round shape, And those pillars represent a soul boundary you created after bringing a program back to 0 point. So you have those pillars surrounding you, those holy pillars of your soul, your boundaries. You have to honor those boundaries. And the roof are your beliefs, And once you have reached 100% self-love, so there's no lack anymore, all the pillars are standing, the roof or the beliefs of an alchemist, a love magician, because you know how this game works, you know how it works, and it's all holographic in essence. So if you believe, for instance, if you believe that what they are spraying up in the sky is vitamin C, that's what I believe. I always say thank you for the free vitamin C, yeah, wonderful, thank you again. And what you believe, you becomes your roof in a way. And 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 so and if the beliefs are all born from love, and all the pillars are standing, you honor all those boundaries, you are rooted so deep in your harmonic 0 point that nothing can take you out of balance. So no matrix mind control belief that is a lie in essence can enter your roof, because you have set your own beliefs of love. You decide, as a love alchemist and magician, you decide what is your belief, you know, because everything is holographic in nature. And so when you eat, you decide to eat something from the supermarket. I have the same food here as everywhere. It's nothing. It's empty. There's nothing in it, and it's all poison. But that's what they tell us. That if you believe that, it will become. If you eat something and you believe it's bad for you because of all the numbers that are in it and etc. If you believe that, you are giving the signal to your body that, well, something very bad is entering you. It can make you sick, buddy. But if you I don't eat much, and I bake my own bread, and I eat sometimes a pumpkin soup, and that's it. And I have my vitamin C, and I have my camu camu, and I have my maca powder, and my Damascus earth, and so I do my stuff. I take my vitamins and minerals, and my K2 and D3 and K2, and you know all that stuff. Just a little extra for the body. But I also eat sometimes stuff from the supermarket. I eat some chips, or I eat a cake, when I feel like it. And when I eat it, it's like, oh my God, it's pure love that is entering the body. Oh, it's love that is entering the body. So my body is like, oh wow, what a love is entering. It's you are the magician. You know, what you believe, you create. You know, so I have I I ever since you could say I demagnetized all my programs, and I had my sacred boundary pillars of my soul standing, and my belief roof, was pure love, and my alchemizing magician powers were working again, realizing that I am in essence alone here, and everything um, on the outside screen is merely a mirror, to well, beat the game in a way, to bring home those soul pieces and demagnetize those programs, and become home in oneness. Because once you get home into oneness, because we are oneness in essence, um, you feeling alone doesn't exist anymore. You don't feel alone. It doesn't exist anymore. So, and you realize that you can alchemize everything, literally everything, with your love, and including the roof of your thoughts. You have to keep them very, very pure and powerful from the essence of love that you are. So when they are jamming the sky, and well, oh, vitamin C, and sometimes it's K2 and D3, or I always mix those. It's whatever I need, I feel I need. I just I'm just okay. Well, let's breathe in vitamin C today. Thank you. And body, do you feel it? Oh, those vitamin C's are so good for you. So, it's all about, and the love alchemizing power gets fully active, when there's no lack of self-love, and we demagnetize all the programs, and all the pillars are standing, and the roof is clear, and we are fully anchored into our soul essence of oneness. But even if you're still going through demagnetizing the programs, if you're in that process, Be very mindful about your roof of beliefs and your soul sacred boundaries, you know, you already set for yourself. Because as soon as we are not honoring a pillar of a boundary of our soul, the pillar falls down and something can come into your beautiful source field and magnetize something. But it's you who magnetizes it because you are not honoring that sacred boundary. And as soon as the roof opens, because you let a negative belief enter your love roof, there's an opening. So you bring in, you do it yourself. You all do it. You do it yourself. You bring in a negative matrix thought form, and in that moment you start believing that, oh my God, I cannot touch because they can shed me. They can shed me, and all the shedding going on with all the with all the jabs, etc. And I fall, and it happened to me, and then with my because it's once you are in 0 point, you brought everything to 0 point, and you're in this beautiful temple with all those pillars and a beautiful roof, and you're fully anchored into your harmonic 0 point, where there's only peace and laughter and happiness, and there's no loneliness, there's only wholeness, and separation is no longer present, and because there's no lack of self-love. Even then, you have to be conscious in every breath, as long as your body is here. You have to be very conscious about your roof of beliefs and your pillars of soul pillars of boundaries. Yeah, because it can magnetize. Yeah. But if that happens, when there's no lack of self-love anymore, if that happens, your very powerful love alchemizer, alchemist, magician. So you can demagnetize it very quickly, because as soon as you don't honor that pillar of your soul, that boundary, or the roof opens because you have a negative moment. Um, as soon as that happens, your body will tell you. Your body is the translator. As soon as you don't honor a boundary, or a negative thought form takes over, your body will tell you. And so you will know. And it's always, usually it's an organ, and sometimes it's your muscles, sometimes it's your blood, sometimes it's your skin, sometimes it are your teeth or whatever. But it's always part of an element. So once you know the element landscape, and you know which organs are connected to that element landscape, and you know which organ is feminine, which organ is male, and you know what negative emotions go with the male and the female, then okay, I have to be in that landscape. I have to be in that landscape because something magnetized there. So that program is magnetized again. So I have to see what's happening there. So you make contact with that organ, and you call for an energy movement. You place the energy movement on top of that organ. You call for the sound, which is nothing more than just a frequency that demagnetizes it, and yeah, demagnetizes it, and calms it down in a way. And if there's something you need to look at, it will it will pop up. It will, or you will feel it, or you will see it. But don't get lost in it. Just, okay, well, where's the feminine? Where's the male? Where's the child? Okay, come home to my loved oneness. Hi, hi, come home. Do whatever you need to do. If it's stuck in the mud, pull her out of the mud. Bring them home to your oneness. Don't be difficult about it. Don't get lost in the holographic past lives or other dimensions. They love to, when the roof is open, there's a negative thought. They can also, project something within that layer, within that program, in a past life or another dimension. And they hope that you romanticize it, or you experience it as, whoa, as such a heavy, heavy, dark experience that you just get lost in it. You get lost in it, so you start looping again. Don't just keep it very simple for yourself. Just know, okay, body, I feel it there. Okay, that's part of that element. Okay, let's go sit in the center of that element. See it as dirt, a plane of dirt, or see it as all stones when it's your metal element, all stones, or see it as a forest when it's your wood element. And just go check, where's the woman, where's the man, where's the child, and do whatever you need to do. Bring them home into your love oneness, and that's it. That's it. And if you need to, well, go deeper, if you're still in the process of working through programs, through the layers of programs, and you need to go deeper, and there's a stagnation or you cannot enter it, you just ask your soul for, what energy movement is needed, and you just, take it into your heart and you place it upon that layer, within that organ, within that element landscape, and you just call upon the sound, which is nothing more than a frequency. And you just activate it, you open it, and you check it, and you just, love it. And you bring home a soul piece if there's a soul piece. And if there's a soul piece that's part of another because of a trauma that is placed in that layer, you just release that soul piece and just send it back to the soul it belongs to. Don't complicate things for yourself. I did that for a very long time, um, years back, and it only slows down the process. You know, they want to trick you into the dimensions and the past lives. And, yeah, but it's all a projection. Yeah, merely a mirror. Yeah. So, but when you have reached the state of, um, you could say your temple is standing, your roof is perfectly working, and all the love beliefs are there, and the pillars are standing, and you are not honoring for a moment a sacred boundary, and the pillar falls down, and something, you magnetize something, a program that was demagnetized, it magnetizes again. Then you do the same thing, your body will tell you and you will feel it. Okay, it's in that element. Okay, let's go sit there and, what's happening here, bring it all back to oneness again, to 0 point, and the feminine, the male, and the child energy. And if a layer within the program has reopened, has magnetized again, and they manage to holographically mirror a past life or a dimension, whatever. Um, well, don't give any, you can do the same thing. You just call upon the energy movement the way I do, and just place it upon the layer, and then you call upon the sound um, that closes it, because you already worked through the program, so you don't have to open it again. You just close it. So then you use the frequency bump to close it. So you call forth the sound to close it instead of opening it. And then you close it. And then it's back to 0 point. And then the pillar is standing again. And then you're back in your beautiful harmonic 0 point view, where there's no illness, where there's only love and there's happiness and there's peace. No? Yeah. Everything is merely a mirror. Yeah. You need, to build, you could say, your temple and beat this game. Beat this game. And it's a game, nothing more. And but you have to learn to fully detach. That's a very important thing, you know. Yeah, yeah. So, and it happens to me sometimes. This past year, I let my roof was not, you know, I let a negative thought form from the matrix in, and I magnetized, and therefore there was an opening, and they could reach my Hopi program. Mhm. And which I know because it's part of my large ingestion. There's the essence of the Hopi program. And because I let in the belief that um, my father was shedding, because of the blood on his hands. And I know I'm very cautious about it still, but it's not, I, but I was just, I was taken, that belief started to become a truth within the body system. My body would take it on as a truth. And the body is the operating system, you could say, in which the programs are present in combination with the mind. So the roof and the pillars, and the body holds the programs. And so it activated again. It magnetized again the Hopi program, and therefore I I felt something coming into my large ingestion. Well, not something came in. I just activated something within, you know. And it's the black snake, and it represents the healing. Within the matrix, you have those two snakes, that represent healing, uh, the healer. So it's the Hopi is part of the healer program, you could say, and um, so it opened my large ingestion, and there was this a parasite was activated again. Well, I call it a parasite. It's like a little black snake, but it just started to duplicate itself. How you call it? Duplicate itself, is that the right word? In a very rapid movement. So it was all in my field and in my body and in my dogs and within the cords, energetic cords I have with my dog. So I had to sit down for 3 days, you know, first just checking the pillars. Pillars were okay, checking the roof, and I was like, oh, okay, oh, there, that, yeah, it's that belief, okay. So I just, you could say, send it away and replaced it with a love belief. And so the roof was fine again. And so my field was, renewed, strong again. And then I went into my body and, and just alchemized every little snake I stumbled upon through the cords and in the dogs and in my outer field. And I just alchemized it all through my love and brought it to 0 point until there was nothing left. And the program demagnetized again. So even though you are in 100% self love and your temple is standing strong, your roof of healthy, healthy love beliefs are also strong. You always have to stay very conscious as long as you are in this game. Yeah, yeah. But the roof is also very important. How are your beliefs? If you believe that whatever they are spraying in the sky is going to make you very sick and it's killing humanity, well, there is no humanity. For me, yeah, well, it's merely a mirror. It's all holographic in nature. And of course, we have this body instrument in which they have placed the programs, of course. But it's like everything on the outside screen is there for us. It's like we are the only one in the universe. What the hell is the universe? I don't know. But, and it's merely a mirror, to beat the game. It's a game. It's truly a game. It's truly a game. And just let that sink in fully. And because it's easier for you to detach if you can see it for what it is, a game, a holographic game. And you have to go through all the levels and blah 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 and rebuild, your source temple and your roof and roots very deeply into your core essence. And so you don't open up your roof. No, you don't do that. That's the crown chakra. You open up your roof. Oh, blah, 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 blah. No. No, your roof or your own beliefs. You close it with your own love, magician, alchemist beliefs that you can alchemize with your love everything. And yeah, I don't have a flu. I don't have, sometimes I have a short cough, but that's because of the talking. And I never have a fever. I have my soul family here, my mirrored soul family. I have my soul family here, and I have my blood family here in this holographic game, and they are my witness. I'm never ill. After I went through the Hopi program, in which I was in the forest and I was sitting with my body, started talking to my body, because after the program was magnetized by a shapeshifter, I magnetized and placed a parasite which looked like a snake inside of me, which was the start of the program, of the Hopi program of healing. And therefore I had to make an healing journey, an inner healing journey. And therefore all my organs became sick. And I tried the matrix way, to heal myself. And eventually my soul, I sat down every day for hours and hours in the forest or on the water side and just talk to my body, talk to the organ and what is needed. And then my way of working with the energy movement, through the layers and the sounds, the inner symphony of the 144 frequencies I started using. And in that way, I could reset um, every organ, including my skin and my teeth. And but it was I got lost in the layers, the dimensions and the past lives during that period. Still, because I was still a believer of the chakra system, and of the higher energies and of the council and of the galactic family, etc. But that's all distraction. But that's part of the game. That's the fun thing about the game, you know. Yeah. When you start realizing that, it's so funny. Yeah. So laugh about yourself. Yeah. And of course, I didn't regain, I regained my energy, of course, after that Hopi program of healing myself. But it never became the same as before because, when your body, but I'm okay, I'm just, but I don't have the energy I had before. And that's okay, I just listen to my body, when it needs to do nothing, I do nothing. And when it has less energy, I just, listen to it. And it's okay because, the body, uh, is programmed in this game to become a certain age, and it gets older in a way. So you cannot, you know, when you have lack of self-love, I had lack of self-love for up until 2 years ago. So that's a very long time. So that's like I'm becoming 49. So it's like 47 years within this game, I had lack of self-love. So my organs that are part of that, it's the spleen of the earth element. You could say it's the mother energy, it's the feminine energy. You could say that that woman was buried for 74 years because I had lack of self-love. And I didn't love myself fully. And so that organ, I have to, that is why I still eat um, pumpkin soup, because my spleen just loves pumpkin soup. And I bake my own bread because there's no salt in it. And I have that, how do you call it in English? I don't know. Well, I put seeds through it and stuff through it, but no salt. And and it's just my stomach, that's the male energy of the earth element, just loves it when I eat that bread, and I can tell. But it's also my belief, you know it's that I just, because my body has an experience, how do you call it, how do you call it, a date when it stops. So, and I'm aware that for 47 years you know I didn't gave my body the love it deserves because I had lack of self-love, you know. Yeah. So, and within that earth element, it's okay, my earth element now, but I just give my body extra love because, it's getting older. So, and if you're aware that, just realize that you didn't, because you haven't loved your body fully for 47 years. Oh, that's a long time. 47 years of lack of self-love. So, you know, and sometimes, because sweetness is part of longing for sweetness, is part also of the earth element. So sometimes I feel the need for taking a very nice cake with chocolate, or some chocolate, and I just love it. It's important that you love it because you haven't loved yourself, your body, for 47 years. So make sure that you love everything. Be that love alchemist and magician, and everything that enters your mouth, love it, love it, but be conscious, of course, because it's also flesh, and you have to make sure there's a basic of vitamins and minerals. So, for instance, I always 2 times a week I fill a bottle. I don't have I have this bottle. I fill this bottle with vitamin C and some Celtic sea salt, just a teaspoon, 2 times a week, and I drink it. Just give my body something extra. And I also have the natural vitamin C, the Camu Camu vitamin C. I also have the Maca Maca powder. It contains well, you could say, all the best of all biological veggies in a powder form. So I also take that, 1 time, sometimes 2 times a week. It's when my body talks to me, like, okay. It depends on which part of my body is talking to me. But I always take maca maca when my stomach, wants some extra. Then I take maca maca. And camu camu, it's a natural vitamin C. When I take an avocado banana shake, because the avocado and the banana I get from the supermarket and there's nothing inside, It's just a placebo experience of love because when it enters my mouth, it's love. And I turn it into love. So my body experiences it as love. So when I take a shake, I put some camu natural vitamin C in it, so, you know. Yeah, and I've some how do you call it? Damascus earth. I take extra when I feel my large ingestion needs some extra love. So I take that powder and yeah, something else. What do I take more? Oh yeah, and the K2 and the D3, or is it the D2 and the K3? I always mix them up, the D3 and the K2, I believe. The D3 and the K2. It's an well, it's an I also take it when I feel that my muscles and my not only my muscles but also my how do you call it? My bones need something extra. I take it when they talk to me. I don't take it every day. I only take it when my body talks to me. Lets me know, okay, give some extra love there. And then I take it. So that's something I always have in my house. And well, if there's no more food left, I have my own veggies also, during springtime and summer. And of course they are spraying in the sky, but it's all vitamin C. It's wonderful. So my tomatoes and my cucumbers I have outside, and then there's abundance the whole summer because I love cucumbers and I love tomatoes, and it's filled with vitamin C. There's so much because of all the spraying they're doing in the sky. It's all. What do you believe? What signal you bring to your body? Consciousness and your soul. So, so I have that in the summer, and I also drink I call it my Mother Earth drinks of the dandelion leaves I take, and the needle, and the clover, and other stuff I put in, and I just, I just, it's pure oxygen for the blood. It's oxygen for the blood. It's wonderful, but not now, but during the spring and the summer and the fall also you can drink it. And I love to drink it every day because it's so wonderful for the body. It's just, the body becomes so happy when you do that. When you drink that, you can feel the oxygen give space to your body immediately into your blood. So there are things you can do, but if you don't need that much of food, it just, that's also a mind fuck. You don't need that much. I have my own bread I bake, and well, sometimes for days. I take some maca powder, so I make sure, and I have some camu, and I have a shake, to give myself that placebo feeling of, having something in my stomach. And I love my soups. I love my soups, but my how you call it, my pumpkin soups, and there are so many different pumpkins. I just love it, and my body loves it. So that's enough. That's enough. I don't need more. And sometimes I take some placebo. It's all placebo. It depends on what you tell yourself. What are you eating? Are you eating love? Your body is like, oh my God, I'm eating love. How wonderful is that? But of course, be conscious. If I would eat every day a cake and eat every day, piles of, I don't know, my body would react, of course. But if you eat it, sometimes because your body is telling you, oh my God, give me some sweetness. And then you just give your body the sweetness. And you just bring in the alchemizing love magic thought, form, belief that it's, pure love you're eating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the same as I don't believe something outside of me can attack me, like, I don't know, the AI or we did 5G and the lanterns. And of course, I experienced it. I talked about it in a video before that I could hear, the sound, the irritating sound that was wanted to come into my ear from the lantern. Well, I was like, okay, well, let's take it in, alchemize it, and just put it back. And now it works for me. Now it's pure source, love, frequency. And I don't have troubles anymore with the lanterns here in the street. And I did the same with the 5G tower here because it's a very small village and we have like eight 5G, pillar things. So I did that and I don't, So I'm never sick. I'm never sick. During the Corona show, etc., and the jab show, and well, I'm never sick. And why is that? Well, I believe that's why. Yeah, the things I just talked about. Your roof of belief and your sacred boundary pillars that represent the programs you have demagnetized. You know, they come with a sacred boundary you set for yourself and be loyal to them. So you keep yourself in that harmonic zero space. Yeah. Well, that's it for now, I guess. Hope it makes sense. Share them for the ones who resonate. Much love from me to you all. Bye for now.